Let's go ahead and talk about cloning. If you're not familiar with cloning, cloning allows us through the patch to take maybe a new fixture that you've patched and copy all of the information from a previous fixture. We'll head into our Onyx menu and to patch, and then we'll use a simple command in order to clone. We can see it here under commands. It's copy ID at ID. So what that looks like is source at target enter, as we say in Onyx. So I'll type right here copy. Then I want to copy 33 through 34 at 1 through 2. Enter. Now when I do this, what it's going to show is the source here in the cloning tab, 33 through 34, copying over to the target of fixture 1 and 2. Across the right side here, we have the option to turn off the copying of queues, presets, or groups. By default, they're all enabled, but you can make it so that you're just copying. Perhaps you turn off queues, and you just copy presets and groups, or any combination of the three. When you're ready to clone, all you have to do is press execute commands, a progress appears, and then voila, it clears out and you're cloned. Now, cloning has a few other nuances that can be really important when you're working with the show. Another way that people often use cloning on the NX2 is to make a template show which may have a handful of fixtures and clone it to a much larger rig for a one-off show. In that case, say we clone, we go copy 1 through 2, and we're going to copy it from 71 through 86. So we just typed copy fixture 1 through 2 at 71 through 86. Press enter. It shows up in the cloning window and we can now go there. And on the right side, it now shows us each individual fixture and what it's mapping to. So you can fully proofread over this before you take action and make sure that you have the right source for the target that you want to use. Now, here we've cloned 2 fixtures into 12. And so in that case, the console just goes down through the order and it just goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 through 1 through 12 of the selection that we made. In the cloning window, you can bring up multiple cloning commands as well before hitting execute commands. In this case, I'm going to press remove selected command to remove that, and we'll talk quickly about cloning with multi-part fixtures. When we clone with fixtures that have multiple parts, there's an extra step or two involved, and this makes sense. If you're going from one of these darts perhaps that has a single cell of RGB to a light that has 12, or maybe a light that has 12 RGB cells to one that has 4. You can't just go clone the whole fixture. It doesn't make sense because the sizing changes. And we need to give you control over what cells get cloned how. Therefore, we use our multi-part fixtures. So in our patch, if we find any multi-part fixture like these chorus line 16s, and we press the plus, we now see that we have fixture 41, and it actually has the part fixtures. So it is a master, which is 41 is the whole fixture. 41.0 is the master fixture. And then 41.1 through 41.16, I believe, is the part fixtures. So we want to look at masters and parts differently. Parts are generally those cells. And so if we were going from one of these darts fixtures, which again is a single cell, we could go ahead, for example, fixture 74, and we could copy 74 at, and then we're going to type 41.1 through 41.16. That way, we're cloning to the part fixtures. Pressing enter, we now see, once again, how it maps out. It shows us how a single fixture or multiple single cells, maybe we went from another fixture's .1 and .2 to these .1 through .16. It shows us how these map out. so that before you clone, you know exactly what you're doing. All right. Then, once you've cloned, you can go ahead and close the patch, test your fixtures, make sure they work as you think, and then you'll have the ability, as long as you built presets, to be able to update those presets. Because we know when we clone a new fixture in, the pan and tilt is probably not going to match or need to be the same as the existing fixture. And so you'll be able to update those presets, and then all your cues will be updated in your show. And that's cloning. It can save you a lot of time if you use it well.